Good morning. In our previous session, we discussed about some of the surveys which are used to collect the data. That surveys are the home intro survey, commercial vehicle survey, taxi survey, roadside vehicle intro survey, registration number plate survey, tag on vehicle survey, and public transport surveys. These are the surveys which are used to collect the data. See, the next topic is the sampling techniques. See, the need for sampling is based on the realization that in transportation study, means in transport studies, one is often to deal with very large population. See, the transportation facilities deals with the very large population. If you consider a planning area where there will be 10 lakhs, okay, all 10 lakhs will use this transportation facilities. So we should be very careful while collecting the data, and we cannot collect entire population data. It will be very difficult. See, to attempt survey of all members of this population would be impossible. Truly speaking, it is not possible to collect the data of this entire population. So the object of sampling is to obtain a small sample from an entire population such that the small sample is the representative of entire population. We cannot collect data of all the members of that planning area. Okay, total population now data ellardu collect madlik agala. So we are going to take the sample which will be representative of that whole population, total population representative. If you take example in planning area, there will be around 20 lakhs people will be there. Around 20 lakhs. We cannot conduct the survey, or we cannot conduct the data for all 20 lakhs. So we are going to collect only we are going to interview only few of them. So we are going to interview only few of them. That may be out of 20 lakhs. We are going to collect the data of only 5 to 10%. Okay, this small representative, okay, this small unit that will represents the whole population. See, a sample is defined to be a collection of unit which is some part of larger population and which is selected to represent the whole population. Okay, it will represent the whole population. There are many types of sampling methods. Okay, there are many types of sampling methods, each of which is based on the random sampling techniques or random sampling principles. The most frequently used methods are the first one, that is the simple random sampling method. Simple random sampling method. Second, that is the stratified random sampling method. Next, that is the cluster sampling method or techniques. Last one is the systematic sampling method. Next, first method, that is the simple random sampling method. See, this is the simplest method among all the four methods. This is the simplest one. Okay, it involves selecting a random sample from a population. See, observe here, this is the frame which consists the flat numbers, housing numbers. As we know, each house will be designated with a number which will be given by a municipality. See here, I have represented from 0 to 99. 100 household numbers are there. Out of this, we can randomly select the number which we are going to interview of them. Okay, here some of them I have highlighted, some of them I have highlighted, that are going to be that will be used to collect the data. See, 2, 14, 17, 32, 33, 41, 62, 67, 72, 99. These are the samples, means these are the numbers which we are going to interview. We have selected this randomly. See, you can observe here, there is a number 0 to 99. These are the housing number, flat numbers. We know each house will be designated, means it will be given some number. The designated number will be given for each flat or house by a municipality. Okay, here I have represented 0 to 99, means 100 flats number are there. Okay, we can randomly pick whom we are going to interview. For example, here the persons, means the household who are interviewed, that are highlighted here: 2, 14, 17, 32, 33, 41, 62, 67, 72, 99. Randomly we have selected. There is no any pattern or uniformity in selecting this. See, as the name indicates, it is a simple random sampling technique. Randomly we are going to select the household. There is no any pattern or uniformity in selecting the number of the household. Next technique or the next method, that is the stratified random sampling. See, in this method, it is based on the prior information. See, it is based on the prior information. The population or households are divided into homogeneous groups or strata. Okay, based on some measurable factors. Based on some measurable factors, we are going to make some homogeneous groups or strata. Okay, that measurable factors may be income, car ownership, or family size and its composition. See, for example, assuming that car ownership affects the trip making pattern. See, by keeping the car ownership, we are going to make the group of the household. See, the household who doesn't have a car, means the household who doesn't have a car, we are going to make them as one group. Okay, 0 number car. Okay, that families are, that households will be grouped. Okay, next another group will be made. The families who have a one private vehicle or one car. Okay, next another group, okay, who have more than one car. We are going to make like this, we are going to make the group. See, the idea behind this is the family who doesn't have a car, they have a same travel characteristics ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ಅಸ್ಯೂಮ್ ಮಾಡಿರ್ತೀವಿ. ಓಕೆ, ದ ಫ್ಯಾಮಿಲಿ ಹೂ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಒನ್ ಕಾರ್, ಓಕೆ, ದೇರ್ characteristics means their travel characteristics are same ಅಂತ ಅಸ್ಯೂಮ್ ಮಾಡಿರ್ತೀವಿ. ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದಿ ಐಡಿಯಾ ಬಿಹೈಂಡ್ ದಿಸ್ ಸ್ಯಾಂಪಲ್ ಟೆಕ್ನಿಕ್. ಓಕೆ, ಈ ತರ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ಮಾಡಿರ್ತೀವಿ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್, ಓಕೆ, ಔಟ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿಸ್, ಓಕೆ, ದೇರ್ ಮೇ ಬಿ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು, ಇಫ್ ಯು ಟೇಕ್ ಒನ್ ಏರಿಯಾ, ದೇರ್ ಮೇ ಬಿ 20,000 ಅಥವಾ 10,000 ಪ್ಲಾಟ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಔಟ್ ಆಫ್ 10,000, 5,000 flats, okay, 5,000 households doesn't have a car. Okay, in this first group there may be 5,000. Okay, in second group there may be around 3 to 4,000 ಬರ್ಬೋದು ಈ group ಅಲ್ಲಿ. Okay, next in this group, okay, there may be 1,000 members. Out of 5,000 we are going to interview only few of them. We are going to take sample, we are going to interview only 5 to 10%. Okay, in this group, same in this group also we are going to interview only 5 to 10%. Similarly, in the last group, we are going to interview only 5 to 10%. This small percentage, okay, 5 to 10%, this represents the travel characteristics of this entire population. Okay, this represents the travel characteristics of the entire population. Like this, by making the group, we are going to interview only few of them and assuming that remaining part ಏನಿದೆ, ರಿಮೈನಿಂಗ್ ಹೌಸ್ಹೋಲ್ಡ್ಸ್ ಏನಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅವ್ರ ಟ್ರಾವೆಲ್ ಕ್ಯಾರೆಕ್ಟರಿಸ್ಟಿಕ್ಸ್ ಸೇಮ್ ಇರ್ತದೆ ಅಂತ ಅಸ್ಯೂಮ್ ಮಾಡಿರ್ತೀವಿ. ಓಕೆ, next method, that is the cluster sampling method. See, in this method the total population, first it is divided into clusters of sampling units. Okay, it will be divided into clusters of sampling units, usually based on the geography, Okay, see, if you consider MUDA or BDA, MUDA means that is the Mysore Urban Development Authority, or BDA, Bangalore Development Authority. They are the authority which means they makes the layout area. Okay, they will develop the area. Okay, in a layout we know there will be a 50-80 plots will be there, 60-40. Similarly, there will be a plots of size 30-40, 20-30 plots ಇರ್ತದೆ. Okay, the people who are inhabited in the 50-80 plots, okay, that indicates they are rich. Okay, they have more income, they have a car, means they have a private vehicle. Okay, next 60-40, they are the middle income group people. Okay, this 20-30 ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾರು inhabit ಆಗಿರ್ತಾರೆ, their income will be very low. Based on this, okay, by using this treat, we are going to make the cluster. Okay, here 50-80 liror yaru, they are the rich who has more income, almost their travel characteristics will be similar. Okay, next lower income groups 20-30 yaru irtare, their travel characteristics, their income is less. Okay, so their travel characteristics will be same. They may use the public transport. Okay, in this case, okay, 20-30 yaru irtare, their income will be very low. Okay, they may use the public transport. Okay, the people who are residing in the bigger plots in 50-80, they are the rich. Okay, their income will be more. So in this case here, there will be more number of private car trips. Okay, private car trips will be more. By using these treats, we are going to make the cluster. Okay, we are going to make the cluster. Okay, in a cluster ಅಲ್ಲಿ, okay, there may be 50-80 ಒಂದು 500 plots ಇರ್ತದೆ. Out of that 500 we are going to survey only 5 to 10%, assuming that remaining 90% will represent this same, okay, same travel characteristics ಇರ್ತದೆ ಅಂತ ಅಸ್ಯೂಮ್ ಮಾಡಿರ್ತೀವಿ. Similarly 20-30 there may be 2,000 plots ಇರಬೇಕು. ಓಕೆ, ಇರ್ಬೋದು. ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ we are going to conduct only survey for only 5 to 10%, remaining 90%, ಓಕೆ, ಏನಿದೆ ಅದು ಸೇಮ್. ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು 5 to 10% ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಟ್ರಾವೆಲ್ ಕ್ಯಾರೆಕ್ಟರಿಸ್ಟಿಕ್ಸ್ ಬರ್ತದೆ, ಸೇಮ್ ಟ್ರಾವೆಲ್ ಕ್ಯಾರೆಕ್ಟರಿಸ್ಟಿಕ್ಸ್ ಇರ್ತದೆ ಅಂತ ಅಸ್ಯೂಮ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋತೀವಿ. ಲೈಕ್ ದಿಸ್ we are going to make the cluster and we are going to conduct the survey. Next method, that is the systematic sampling method. See, this is the non-random sampling method. See, others are the random sampling method. This is the non-random sampling method. This is particularly important for the roadside vehicle intrusive survey. See, in case of roadside vehicle intrusive survey, we cannot survey all the vehicles. Okay, ಎಲ್ಲ vehicles ನ ನಿಲ್ಲಿಸಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗಲ್ಲ. That affects the traffic. It blocks the traffic. So we are going to use this method in case of roadside vehicle intrusive survey. You can observe the sampling frame. Here there is no any uniformity or pattern in selecting the first vehicle. See here the first vehicle selected is the 4th. Next, after this every 10th vehicle will be surveyed. That is the 14th, 24th, 34th, like this. Every 10th vehicle will be surveyed. Okay, we can assume any number. Okay, that may be first vehicle, first one. Okay, first vehicle may be surveyed. Next, every 5th vehicle may be surveyed. Okay, 5th, 10th, 15th, 20th. Okay, like this. There is no any random. Okay, we have to pick uniformly. Okay, there will be uniformity in this method. Next topic, that is the expansion factor. See, in order to derive the travel characteristics of the whole population from the data derived from sampling, certain expansion factors are used. Okay, certain expansion factors are used, which are used to project the population, means to predict the future trip making behavior. See, for the home intrusive surveys, the expansion factor is calculated on a zonal basis as follows. See this formula, there is no derivation. Okay, this is based on experience. Okay, this is the empirical formula. See, the expansion factor is equal to A minus AB. Okay, A minus A by B into whole multiplied by C plus C divided by B into D whole divided by B minus C minus D, where A is the total number of addresses which are in the original list. Okay, that is the total number of addresses in the original list. If we consider any planning area ತಗೊಳ್ತೀವಿ, ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು zone. Okay, in zone there may be 1000 addresses. 1000 ಮನೆ ಇರ್ತದೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಅದರದ್ದು ಅಡ್ರೆಸಸ್, ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ದಿ ಎ, ಟೋಟಲ್ ನಂಬರ್ ಆಫ್ ಅಡ್ರೆಸಸ್ ಇನ್ ದಿ ಒರಿಜಿನಲ್ ಲಿಸ್ಟ್. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಬಿ, ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ದಿ ಟೋಟಲ್ ನಂಬರ್ ಆಫ್ ಅಡ್ರೆಸಸ್ ಸೆಲೆಕ್ಟೆಡ್ ಆಸ್ ಒರಿಜಿನಲ್ ಸ್ಯಾಂಪಲ್. ನಾವು ಎಷ್ಟು ಜನನ್ನ ಸೆಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, 5%, 10%, ವಿ ಆರ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಸೆಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ದಟ್ ಅಡ್ರೆಸಸ್. ಓಕೆ, ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಸಿ, ನಂಬರ್ ಆಫ್ ಸ್ಯಾಂಪಲ್. ಓಕೆ, ನಂಬರ್ ಆಫ್ ಸ್ಯಾಂಪಲ್ ಅಡ್ರೆಸಸ್ ದಟ್ ಆರ್ ಇನ್ಎಲಿಜಿಬಲ್. ಓಕೆ, ನಾವೇನು ಸೆಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ ಒರಿಜಿನಲ್ ಲಿಸ್ಟಲ್ಲಿ, ದೇ ಮೇ ನಾಟ್ ಬಿ ಹೌಸಸ್ಸೇ ಇಲ್ಲದೆ ಇರ್ಬೋದು ಅಥವಾ ಮಿಸ್ಟೇಕ್ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು. ಓಕೆ, ಇನ್ಎಲಿಜಿಬಲ್, ದಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ನೋಟೆಡ್ ಡೌನ್. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಡಿ, ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ದಿ ನಂಬರ್ ಆಫ್ ಸ್ಯಾಂಪಲ್ ಅಡ್ರೆಸಸ್ ವೇರ್ ನೋ ರೆಸ್ಪಾನ್ಸ್ ಇಸ್ obtained. Okay, we may go to interview. Okay, at that time we may not get the response. ಅಥವಾ ಮನೇಲಿ ಯಾರೇ ಇಲ್ಲದೆ ಇರ್ಬೋದು ಅಥವಾ ಅವರು ಇಂಟರ್ವ್ಯೂಗೆ ರೆಸ್ಪಾನ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡದೇ ಇರ್ಬೋದು. ಓಕೆ, ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ದಿ ಡಿ, ನಂಬರ್ ಆಫ್ ಸ್ಯಾಂಪಲ್ ಅಡ್ರೆಸಸ್ ವೇರ್ ನೋ ರೆಸ್ಪಾನ್ಸ್ ಇಸ್ obtained. See, similar expansion factor can be used for the commercial vehicle survey and also for other surveys based on area wise basis. Okay, we can derive the expansion factor for other surveys also. We can derive the expansion factor for other surveys also based on the experience. Okay, this is the empirical formula that is based on the experience. Next topic, that is the inventory of land use and economic activities. By using this we are going to collect the data. This is the secondary source to collect the data, that is the inventory of land use. Since, as we know, since travel characteristics are closely related to land use pattern, so it is of utmost importance that an accurate inventory of land use be prepared. So as we know, the travel characteristics are closely related to land use pattern. Okay, land ಎದಕ್ಕೆ ಯೂಸ್ ಆಗಿದೆ, ಓಕೆ, ವಾಟ್ ಪರ್ಸೆಂಟೇಜ್ ಲ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಆಗಿದೆ, ವೆದರ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಯೂಸ್ಡ್ ಫಾರ್ ರೆಸಿಡೆನ್ಷಿಯಲ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಆಗಿದೆಯಾ, ಕಮರ್ಷಿಯಲ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಆಗಿದೆಯಾ, ಇಂಡಸ್ಟ್ರಿಯಲ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಆಗಿದೆಯಾ, ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ್ತಿದೆಯಾ, ಡಿಪೆಂಡಿಂಗ್ ದಟ್ trips will be generated. So we have to give much importance to do the inventory of the land use. See, the data on intensity of usage of land for different purposes. Okay, that purposes may be for residential, industrial, commercial irbodu athwa recreational purpose irbodu athwa open space irbodu. Okay, in each of the traffic zones are to be collected. Okay, in each area, in each zone it is to be collected with the concerned departments. Okay, by contacting the concerned department we have to collect the data. Okay, ಎಷ್ಟು ಪರ್ಸೆಂಟೇಜ್ ಲ್ಯಾಂಡು ಇಂಡಸ್ಟ್ರಿಯಲ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಆಗಿದೆ, ಎಷ್ಟು ಪರ್ಸೆಂಟೇಜ್ ಆಫ್ ಲ್ಯಾಂಡು ರೆಸಿಡೆನ್ಷಿಯಲ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಆಗಿದೆ, ಕಮರ್ಷಿಯಲ್ಗೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಪರ್ಸೆಂಟೇಜ್ ಲ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಆಗಿದೆ. ದಿಸ್ ಆಲ್ ಡೇಟಾ ಶುಡ್ ಬಿ ಕಲೆಕ್ಟೆಡ್ by contacting the concerned department authorities. See, the land use data needs to be collected from town planning departments based on the master plans. There will be a master plan for each districts. We have to collect the data from the town planners. Okay, we have to collect the data. And another method is there, that is the aerial photography has also been one of the source. Okay, we can use the aerial photography. See, in case of Bangalore, if you can take example Bangalore, BPMP, they use this aerial photography to collect the property tax. Okay, to collect the property tax. Okay, in Bangalore it has become very big. ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ್ತಿದೆಯಾ, ತುಂಬ ದೊಡ್ಡದಾಗಿದೆ. ಇವತ್ತು ಎಷ್ಟು ಮನೆಗಳಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಲಿಕ್ಕೇ ಆಗಲ್ಲ. ಓಕೆ, ಇಫ್ ಯು ಟೇಕ್ ಇನ್ ಒನ್ ಫ್ಲಾಟ್ ದೇರ್ ಮೇ ಬಿ 4 ಫ್ಲೋರ್ ಅಥವಾ 5 ಫ್ಲೋರ್ಸ್ ಇರ್ತದೆ. ಬೈ conducting this aerial survey, they are going to determine ಒಂದು ಫ್ಲಾಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಎಷ್ಟು ಮನೆ ಇದೆ. Okay, based on that they can impose the property tax. To impose the property tax, they are now using the aerial photography. ಎಷ್ಟು ಫ್ಲಾಟ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ ಆ ಏರಿಯಾದಲ್ಲಿ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ್ತದೆ, ಎಷ್ಟು ಫ್ಲಾಟ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ, ಓಕೆ, ಆ ಸೈಟಲ್ಲಿ ಎಷ್ಟು ಮನೆ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ಫೈಂಡ್ ಔಟ್ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ದಿಸ್ ಏರಿಯಲ್ ಫೋಟೋಗ್ರಫಿ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಯೂಸ್ಡ್. ದಟ್ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಬಿ ಯೂಸ್ಡ್ in our method also, okay, to collect the data. Lastly, that is the inventory of economic activities. Okay, data on economic activities should be collected. Okay, data on economic activities, to know the economic activities that of planning area, we should have this all data. The first, that is the population of the planning area, means population of the planning area zone. We should have a population of that area. Next, age, gender, composition of the family. Okay, age structure ಆ ಏರಿಯಾದಲ್ಲಿ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ್ತೀಯಾ, ಎಷ್ಟು ಜನ ಮೇಲ್ ಫಿಮೇಲ್ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಫ್ಯಾಮಿಲಿ 4 members ಫ್ಯಾಮಿಲಿ ಇದೆ ಅಥವಾ 6 members ಫ್ಯಾಮಿಲಿ ಎಷ್ಟಿದೆ, ಕಾಂಪೋಸಿಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಫ್ಯಾಮಿಲಿ ಶುಡ್ ಬಿ ನೋನ್. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್, ಎಂಪ್ಲಾಯ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಟಿಸ್ಟಿಕ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ ದಿ ಪ್ಲಾನಿಂಗ್ ಏರಿಯಾ. ಓಕೆ, ಎಷ್ಟು ಜನ ಗೌರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಸೆಕ್ಟರ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ ವರ್ಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಎಷ್ಟು ಜನ ಪ್ರೈವೇಟ್ ಸೆಕ್ಟರ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ ವರ್ಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಎಷ್ಟು ಜನ ಲೇಬರ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ, ಎಷ್ಟು ಜನ ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸೊ ವಿ ಶುಡ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ದಿಸ್ employment statistics should be done. Okay, next, housing statistics. Okay, we have to do the housing statistics. If you take a planning area, there may be ಎಷ್ಟು ಜನ ದೊಡ್ಡ ಪ್ಲಾಟ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಹೈ ರೆಸಿಡೆನ್ಷಿಯಲ್ ಡೆನ್ಸಿಟಿ, ಓಕೆ, ಲೋ residential density, this all should be considered. Based on that also we can rate the trip generation. Okay, based on that also we can rate the trip generation. Next, income. Okay, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇರುವಂತ ಪ್ಲಾನಿಂಗ್ ಏರಿಯಾದಲ್ಲಿ ಬರುವಂತ ಹೌಸ್ ಹೋಲ್ಡ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ಕಮ್, we have to collect the information of the income. Lastly, vehicle ownership should be collected. Okay, in that area. Okay, ಎಷ್ಟು ಜನದ ಹತ್ರ ವೆಹಿಕಲ್ ಇದೆ, that all data should be collected. See, some of the data pertaining to economic activities can be collected from periodic census. We know census ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇಷ್ಟು ಡೇಟಾ ಕಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿರ್ತಾರೆ. Directly we can get the data from the census. The gaps in the census data are later filled by home intro survey. What are the gaps? ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ್ತಿದೆಯಾ, ಇನ್ಸಫಿಷಿಯೆಂಟ್ ಡೇಟಾ ಇದ್ರೆ that can be filled by conducting the home intro survey. If we find any insufficient data, okay, ನಾವು ಸೆನ್ಸಸ್ ಇಂದ ಡೇಟಾ ಕಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿರ್ತೀವಿ, ನಮ್ಗೆ ಏನಾದ್ರು ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಗ್ಯಾಪ್ ಇತ್ತು, ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ್ತಿ ಇನ್ಸಫಿಷಿಯೆಂಟ್ ಆಗಿದೆ ಡೇಟಾ ಅಂದಾಗ ವಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಬೈ ಕಂಡಕ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ದಿ ಹೋಮ್ ಇಂಟ್ರೋ ಸರ್ವೆ ವಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಗೆಟ್ ದಿ ಡೇಟಾ. ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ಲಿ, ದ ಪಾಪ್ಯುಲೇಷನ್ ಡೇಟಾ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ ದಿ ಎಸ್ಟಿಮೇಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಫ್ಯೂಚರ್ ಟ್ರಿಪ್ ಮೇಕಿಂಗ್ ಬಿಹೇವಿಯರ್. ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ್ತಿದ್ಯಾ, ಆ ಪಾಪ್ಯುಲೇಷನ್ ಏನಿದೆ ಇಷ್ಟು ಡೇಟಾ ಕಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ನಮಗೆ ಎಸ್ಟಿಮೇಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಫ್ಯೂಚರ್ ಟ್ರಿಪ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ವೆರಿ ಈಸಿ ಟು ನೋ ದಿ ಫ್ಯೂಚರ್ ಟ್ರಿಪ್ ಮೇಕಿಂಗ್ ಬಿಹೇವಿಯರ್ ಇನ್ ದಟ್ ಪ್ಲಾನಿಂಗ್ ಏರಿಯಾ. ಆ ಏರಿಯಾದಲ್ಲಿ ಎಷ್ಟು ಟ್ರಿಪ್ಸ್ ಬರ್ತದೆ ಅಂತ ನಮಗೆ ಈಸಿಯಾಗಿ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ್ತದೆ. ವಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಪ್ರಿಡಿಕ್ಟ್ ಅಪ್ರಾಕ್ಸಿಮೇಟ್ಲಿ ಬೈ ಕಲೆಕ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಆಲ್ this data. This is the secondary source. Okay, that is the land use and economic activities. We have to collect the land use data and economic activities in that planning area. That will give the secondary data, means that is the secondary source which will be used to plan. Okay, which will be used to plan the transportation facilities for that specific area.